As the nation continues to experience a housing crisis, one Colorado vacation town limits short-term rentals. For more, we turn to Ari Rastegar, founder and CEO of Rastegar Property Company. Thanks so much for joining us. So now, Ari, you and I have talked about this ongoing housing crisis before, but we have not discussed how successful homeowners and even some renters have become using short-term vacation rental services like Airbnb for, some extra income. Why do you think a place like Steamboat Springs in Colorado would look to ban these rentals?
It really depends on the municipalities. It depends on the town or the city's individual regulations and kind of their belief on it. If you look at a city like Dallas in Texas, they've been very lenient with their short-term rental policy, and it's done really good for the local economy. Austin has been, a little bit more stringent, and there's kind of mixed emotions of how that is, but it has varying impacts. But it's definitely a way for individual residential owners to generate income and really start to make a small business out of what kind of appeared to be just a hobby.
And so does this ban help create more housing, or does it hurt tourism in the area as well as those helping make ends meet, with these short-term vacation rentals?
I think it's a mistake. I don't know what it's really hurting. I think the argument for for banning it, is that the transient people that come in, there could be trash, there could be just a little bit of a ruckus in a community that might be a little bit more sleepy, for lack of a better explanation. But I think it hinders the economy. I think it's something that we should let individual owners do. In fact, I don't see how they're able to actually ban on it. I think if they to create the ban, I think if they actually look into the legality, there might even be some policy issue problems. But banning it just seems like a mistake all around.
Yeah, possibly there's a loophole for some of those homeowners. Do you see more tourist destinations following in Steamboat Springs' footsteps and either banning or heavily taxing vacation rentals?
Look, I mean, in most cities, you can definitely do it. So it's the minority, these cities beginning to ban it. The vast majority, just where the country allows it and sees, fantastic benefits. So these are just, small cases that are growing, and I think you are going to see it grow to some cities that, you know, I don't know, being a little bit contrarian, quite frankly. But I still believe the vast majority of cities will allow it. It's good for the economy. It's good for the renters, and I don't see any reason to ban it. Quite frankly, it's just it's the residential owner's right to do.
And now it's interesting because a study conducted by Airbnb found that short-term rentals support more than 13,000 jobs in the Rocky Mountains area alone. And they argue short-term rentals don't impact housing prices, but that the lack of new housing construction is the real problem. So in your business, what have you come across? We know new construction takes many moving parts, but is this the main solution to the housing crisis, new construction?
No, it's not. There's not a single silver bullet to solve the housing market issue. I think people are using the word crisis a little bit loosely. I think it's definitely a significant market correction. We're definitely seeing the exuberance of the market begin to settle, as it should. But I think we need to be a little bit careful before we start using the word like crisis. 2007, 2008, that was a crisis. This is a correction. People need to be more disciplined. Prices are going to come down to where market levels should, as opposed to the supply and demand element that was driving it that extra, however, 10-15% in price. That's gone away. So I think this is actually just a healthy exercise of tapering the market. I don't think it's going to be very long lived, and I think we'll then begin to see steady growth for many years to come.
Well, that is some very good news. We haven't heard some good news in terms of the housing market in a long time. So very happy to hear that. Ari Rastegar, our real estate expert, founder and CEO of Rastegar Property Company. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.